Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host, Owen, guys. It is obviously a day after we beat Dundee United 2-0. Not a great performance, not a terrible performance. A get it done performance kind of thing. I think that's what you'd sort of classify it as, wasn't it? We went out there, we got it done, we got off the park. Minimal, obviously, damage to the players. Obviously, Bourne ended up with his head bin bandaged, but other than that, minimal damage to the playing staff. Some very big positives to come out of the game yesterday. Obviously, Tillman and Cantwell were fantastic yesterday, and the fact that we saw them play on the same team as well was very, very good indeed. Obviously, Malik Tillman, who is on loan from Bayern Munich, who we have the option to buy at the end of the season. And that's what Michael Beale was talking about. Well, one of the things he was asked about in his post-match press conference. God, it's not easy to say, man. Post-match press conference. You know, Malik Tillman, who has been very impressive for Glasgow Rangers this season. The one criticism that has been levelled at him, though, has obviously been his performances in the Old Firm games. But I think, you can kind of say that, the one over New Year's, he was kind of played out a bit further out wide, which is not his natural position. And then obviously the game against Celtic in the Viaplay League Cup final, which we lost, he wasn't really fit. I think he was kind of rushed back for that game. He was put out there. You weren't really giving him the best chance to succeed and to be the best he can be. So obviously 3 massive games for Malik Tillman, as well as Rangers coming up against Celtic, in the next month or so. You've got the fact that obviously we go to Parkhead next Saturday, and obviously the pressure will be on Tillman to produce there, to actually go out there and do something against Celtic. And then we've got the Scottish Cup semi-final at the end of the month. Again, pressure on Tillman to go and produce. And then finally, obviously, the Ibrox derby game as well. Again, another opportunity for Malik Tillman to impress. I think, if we're really going to seal the deal, seal the move, and that may be some reason why the move has not yet been confirmed, is the fact that they really want to see him do it against Celtic. And I think that is something that he is going to have to do in those 3 games. He certainly has had a successful season, though. He's played 25 games. He's scored 10 goals. He has 4 assists. He's got a 24% conversion rate. He plays 2.1 key passes per 90 minutes. He has created 11 what are described as big chances by the statisticians. He has 2 successful dribbles per 90 minutes and records 2.6 tackles per 90 minutes, which for a forward player is impressive. Now, he was obviously played further forward yesterday. Michael Beale, speaking about Malik Tillman and in his performance yesterday, said this. Malik hadn't played for a few weeks, and then he scored in the last game at Motherwell, but it was important we got him as many minutes as we could safely, and I thought he was good today. Obviously getting about 75, 80 minutes, I think it was, in the end, into those legs. I thought him playing close to Alfredo gave us a different presence up there in terms of being able to hold the ball and maybe get Todd and Ryan in the game higher up the pitch. So all in all, a very positive day with no injuries and a clean sheet for Alan on his 500th game. So obviously, a bit of a different role for Malik Tillman against Dundee United. He was asked to play further up the pitch. He was asked to play just off Alfredo. He was asked to play more like a 10 really than an 8. He was asked to be that creative influence behind Alfredo Morelos, obviously, who I think got a lot of unfair criticism for his performance yesterday. But certainly, a positive performance by Tillman in that role that he was asked to fulfill, and the 2 goals as well. And the first goal, exceptional link-up play between him and Todd Cantwell. Something, us Rangers fans want to see going forward, and especially in those 3 remaining games against the Mankey mob from the other side of the city. On Malik Tillman's future, Michael Beale spoke very much about this, and he spoke about in a very positive way about the future for Malik Tillman at Rangers. He sees it. He does see a future there. He does see it being all very positive at this moment in time. What did he have to say? Well, there's plenty. He came out with plenty of information with the media without being particularly committed to it. He said obviously there's an option, as you're aware, that we can take, but like all things. It's going to be a situation where, it's going to take time. It needs to be agreed between the 2 parties. He also went on to further say a lot of things are already agreed, but obviously there's been a change of manager there as well. That's not part of the negotiations that I'm involved in, but I'm fully up to speed on that. Obviously referencing the fact that all negotiations of player contracts and signings are left very much to Ross Wilson, the director of football. There were more talks on that over the international break as well. So everything at the moment is very positive. So again, it was left over the international break, as it was rumoured in the media. There was a lot of talks between Michael Beale and some of those players that are in contract, out of contract, and obviously up for contract renewal. On Tillman, he said, obviously Malik and I have a fantastic relationship and I think he really enjoys playing here. I think you only have to see in the way that he's grown in the time he's been here that he's really enjoying his football. I've never felt anything different from him. He's really locked into the staff and he's really invested in this team. Since we've come, we've made quite a lot of modifications to Malik's game in terms of certain aspects. And today we asked him to play close to Alfredo because we thought that would give us a different presence, as we've already explained earlier on that quote. So yeah, everything's positive around the boy at this moment in time. So it's obviously clear that, you know, that there is a desire there from Michael Beale to bring him into the fold on a permanent basis. It's just a case, I think, of number one, dotting the I's, crossing the T's on any contract, but also, you know, the fact that I think there is a desire there for Rangers and for the coaching staff and for the players and also for the fans to see Malik produce against Celtic. That has got to be something that, you know, that is very much at the forefront of Glasgow Rangers fans and Glasgow Rangers top staff, coaching staff and front office people's minds. You know, they want to see Tillman really go out there and really tear Celtic a new one. That's something, you know, I think that is going to be absolutely vital. If Tillman was to fail in the next 3 Old Firm games, then obviously that could raise a question as to whether we want to spend the £5 to £6 million that has been rumoured on him. So all positive at the moment on his future. It's clear that Beale wants him to stay, that he sees him having as a future at this moment in time, unless something substantially changes over the next few weeks at Rangers. Guys, I'd love to know what you think about Malik Tillman. Do you think that his staying is conditional on his performance in the next 3 Old Firm games, or do you think it's already a done deal and he will be a Glasgow Rangers player next season and it doesn't really matter how those performances are in that Celtic games to whether he stays or whether he is allowed to return to Bayern Munich at the end of the season? You know, I think it was very interesting how we used him yesterday. I think that is a definite position we can use him in and allow us to play Cantwell and him and Tillman together. You know, I think he is someone who actually played as a forward when he was with the USA and the USA youth teams and coming through the system in the USA, and also for Bayern Munich as well. He has played in that forward role, so that could be somewhere that is a future position for Malik Tillman. Anyway, guys, like I said, let me know in the comments below what your opinions, your thoughts, your comments are on Tillman and his future at the club. And remember, if you want to get all the latest Rangers news, views, updates, podcasts, streams, everything, community posts, and so much more, then you need to hit that sub, ring that notification bell, guys. Set it to all so you get all the updates, and please give this video a like. It does really help out with the YouTube algorithm. And finally, guys, if you want to find us on social media, you can find Victoria and I on social media in numerous places. On Twitter at GRN1872. Facebook group, we've got one of those, Glasgow Rangers Nation Official. Just ask to join, and either myself or Victoria will confirm you. If you're a Rangers fan, if you're a Celtic fan, then do one. And obviously on Instagram as well, at Glasgow Rangers Nation is our Instagram page as well. So we've got an Instagram page. All those social media platforms are updated regularly with news, views, information about Rangers and about the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back to speak to you again very, very soon here on Glasgow Rangers Nation. It's been a pleasure, guys, as always.